Welcome everyone to my channel aboutt class 10 by Ashka. On this channel I will teach you all the subjects of class 10. So our first chapter is life processes. So main question is that what are life processes? Everybody is teaching us life processes, but we don't know what are they. So we will learn about this and we will see how many types and how does all these work. So the answer of what a life processes is the basic function performed by living organism to maintain their life on this earth are called life processes. So I think that the main four processes which we do to maintain our life are nutrition, taking in food and getting energy from it, respiration, taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide for energy, transportation, the blood and all which is transported from our in our body from blood, excretion, the removal of waste from our body. So in this video we will learn about nutrition. What is nutrition? The main question arises is what is nutrition? So nutrition is the process of taking food by an organism and utilizing it to get energy. This is I told you in simple language. For writing an exam you can write like the process of taking food by an organism and its utilization by body for performing various other life processes, or you can write that the processes responsible for the transfer of energy from outside source to the body of an organism is called nutrition. So there are two types of nutrition. One is autotrophic and the second one is heterotrophic. So what is autotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which organisms synthesize their own food from inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight is called autotrophic nutrition. So main point is we called autotrophic nutrition also as holophytic nutrition. Okay, so nutrition in plants. In plants it is a complex process by which they synthesize their own food, and that process, as we all know, is named as photosynthesis. The equation is very important. Please learn it. 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight gives glucose, oxygen and water. The raw materials of our photosynthesis is carbon dioxide and water, as we can see in the equation, and the end products are glucose, which is also a symbol, or we can say a sign or something like that, of carbohydrates, and second end product is oxygen. Sometimes glucose is also stored in the form of starch. Okay, so now we will know the site of photosynthesis. This can come in 1 mark question, so please write it somewhere. The site of photosynthesis is chloroplast. Cells in green plants of the plants have organelles called as chloroplast. These chloroplasts contain a green pigment called as chlorophyll. Chlorophyll capture falling sunlight on it, which is utilized during photosynthesis. So there are mainly we can say that there are three types of photosynthetic pigments, which are chlorophylls, which are in green color, carotenes, which are in orange, and third one is xanthophyll, which is in yellow color. Chlorophyll is a primary photosynthetic pigment, and carotene and xanthophylls are collectively called as carotenoids. This is the extra information that I gave you. Okay, so this you can see the cross section of a leaf. In this we can see the phloem, xylem, vascular bundle, waxy cuticle, upper epidermis, lower epidermis, guard cells, air space, chloroplast, midrib, lamina and vein. Now our main topic comes events in photosynthesis. There are we can say that the photosynthesis occur in 3 steps. First is the absorption. First, they absorb the light energy by chlorophyll. Second is the conversion. They convert light energy into chemical energy and split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. Third one is reduction. They reduce the carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. Now, these 3 steps need not to take place one after the other immediately. Plants modify the timings according to them or according to their environmental condition. For example, desert plants are also known as xerophatic, and they take up carbon dioxide at night and they prepare an intermediate compound which get absorbed by chlorophyll during the day for photosynthesis. And during evening and early morning, when light intensity is low, the rate of photosynthetic utilization of CO2 may just balance respiratory release of gas. At this time, the leaf neither obtains CO2 from outside nor release gas. The light intensity wherein the photosynthesizing organ neither absorbs CO2 and nor they release the same. This point is called as compensation point, and this is the important thing to learn. Now, we will learn about the opening and closing of stomata. Stoma is the singular and stomata are the plural. They are tiny openings or pores present on the surface of the leaves. In this diagram, you can see stoma open and stoma closed. They are surrounded by guard cells. You can see the guard cells in this photo too. Then they allow the gas to enter and exit the leaf or the plant. Stomata are surrounded by bean-shaped cells that frame the stomatal opening. These cells are known as guard cells, as I told you, and these guard cells only contain this chloroplast. In this you can see the structure or diagram of stoma. In this we can see nucleus, thick inner wall, guard cells, chloroplast, and the stomata has two main functions: gaseous exchange, that is intake of carbon dioxide and release of oxygen. Second, process of transpiration in plants. Transpiration means the loss of excess water from the aerial parts of the plant. Okay, this is also a stomata. Open stomata is in a plant becomes turgid. It means high water pressure due to high sugar content in it. This causes the guard cells to swell up and the stomatal pores to open. Closed are when guard cells loses water, it shrinks. The stomatal pores get closed. Now we will learn heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition, the mode of nutrition in which an organism do not possesses the ability to synthesize their own food. This I told you in the simple language. This is also written that the mode of nutrition in which an organism cannot make its own food and depend on another organism for food is known as heterotrophic. Now there are 3 types of heterotrophic: parasitic, saprophytic and holozoic. Parasitic are in which organism live inside or outside other organism and derive nutrition from it. Saprophytic is organism which feed on dead and decaying matter. Holozoic is in which organism take in food and break down inside the body only. Here are some examples also. Parasitic nutrition is followed by cuscuta. Saprophytic are followed by mushrooms and some fungi. Holozoic are followed by humans and few animals. So, types of nutrition, as I told you: saprophytic, parasitic and holozoic. If you want to take the screenshot, you can take. Nutrition in amoeba. Most people think that why we learn about amoeba always, because amoeba is the simplest organism That is why we can easily get to know about it and get knowledge about our subjects and topics. So we learn mostly about amoeba. So first steps of nutrition in amoeba is ingestion. Ingestion means that taking in food. So amoeba have some fake fingers, you can call that pseudopodia. By the help of pseudopodia, amoeba encircles the food and engulfs it, forming a food vacuum. This process is known as phagocytosis. Okay, this question can come, so please take a screenshot of it. Second process is digestion. Food vacuoles are transported deeper into the cell, and with the help of digestive enzymes, the large insoluble particles are broken down to simplest molecules. Third process is nutrients from the digested food material are absorbed into the cell's cytoplasm by leaving behind the undigested particles. This process is called as diffusion. This is also important, so please take a screenshot of it. Fourth one is assimilation. It is a process of obtaining energy from the absorbed food molecules. Fifth and the last step is adhesion. Adhesion, you can say that it is same as excretion, only the removal of waste materials from a body. So adhesion is the process of excretion of undigested food material. In amoeba, this process is carried out by rupturing the cell membrane to remove the undigested food material from the body. By this diagram, it will make you more clear. In first picture, we can see that the food particle is in front of the amoeba, and in second diagram you can see that pseudopodia is helping amoeba to engulf the food particle. Then a food vacuole arises in third, and then the food is there inside the body of amoeba. Now we will learn about nutrition in paramecium. Paramecium have some finger-like structures. You can see this in figures. These little hair-like structures are known as cilia. Okay, so this is also unicellular organism only. The cell has a definite shape and food is taken in at the specific spot only. Food is moved to this spot by the movement of cilia, which cover the entire surface of the cell, and the rest is followed same as of amoeba. Same steps are followed in human beings too. So now we come at nutrition in human beings. In human beings, the process of nutrition is not as simple as that in amoeba, but we follow same steps only, but it is not as simple as amoeba. So humans have an entire and complex system known as digestive system for it. Now we have to learn that there are two types of metabolic or something, that metabolic pathways. First is anabolism and second is catabolism. Anabolism is breaking of simple substance to complex. Catabolism is breaking of complex to simplest. Okay, this I told you in simple, so you can understand it better. If you want to learn the definition of it, you can take the screenshot of it. So digestion is a catabolic process cause it's break down complex substance to simplest substance. The complex substance, the food we take, and the simplest substance is the undigested waste we release. Photosynthesis is an anabolic process, the breakdown of simple substance to complex. In the photosynthesis, we take carbon dioxide and water. It is simple substance. They are simple substance, and then it get break down to glucose, water, and water. So this is the breakdown of simples to complex. So digestion is a catabolic process, and photosynthesis is a anabolic process, and respiration is a catabolic process. Keep it in mind. This can come in question. This can come in question paper of 1 marks. Next, Human digestive system has alimentary canal and digestive glands. Okay, so this is the photo of our digestive gland. I have not used the NCERT for this diagram, so please don't mind it. The first we take the food in mouth, then it goes from esophagus, then to liver, then to stomach, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, and then it is released. Mouth. Digestion takes place first in mouth. Food enters into body through mouth. Causal factors are teeth. These are hard structures and present on both upper and lower jaw. They help in crushing of food, which is known as mastication. Okay, so these are the some main points. This slide, 31st slide. Dental caries a tooth decay called gradual softening of enamel and dentine. Begins when bacteria acting on sugar produce acids, and this is caused by Streptococcus mutinus bacteria. This can also come in exam of 1 mark question, so please remember it that dental caries are caused by Streptococcus mutans. Okay, so the masses of bacterial cells together with food particles stick to the teeth to form plaque. Then saliva cannot reach the tooth surface to neutralize the acid as plaque covered the teeth. Brushing the teeth after eating remove the plaque before the bacteria produce acids. If untreated, microorganisms may invade the pulp causing inflammation and infection. Second causal factor. First one was teeth and second one is tongue. It is a very muscular sensory organ which is present at the floor of human buccal cavity. Buccal cavity, mouth, and it has taste buds. Taste buds, sweet, sour, spicy, meetha, khatta, like that. And it helps in mixing of food and cleaning of teeth. In mouth we have salivary amylase, or we also call salivary amylase as petalin. So salivary amylase helps to change starch to maltose, and it is released through salivary gland. Please remember it, from where it is released, salivary gland. Okay, so next one is pharynx. It is a small funnel-shaped chamber located behind our oral cavity. It links food pipe and windpipe. Esophagus is also known as food pipe. You all know, you have learned in junior classes. It is a thin but long muscular tube-like structure that leads the food from pharynx to stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped bag-like part of alimentary canal which stores the food and does it partial digestion. Its muscular walls helps in the mixing of one question can come that where partial digestion of food is taken place, so you have to write it stomach. Okay, then it also has pinchers around round muscles at its end which help in the release of food to the next level of digestion. Then the next level of digestion will be small intestine. Small intestine is the longest part of alimentary canal. One thing you should know that alimentary canal is 9 meters long. I think your teacher have told you. So the longest part of the alimentary canal is small intestine, and in your NCERT somewhere there is mentioned that alveolar surface which are found in our lungs. I will tell you in the next lecture that these alveolar surface are can spread up to 80 meters square. You may imagine how much a long thing can fit in a small body. So small intestine have a finger-like projection known as villi. Herbivores have longer small intestine as they have to digest cellulose. And then small intestine have 3 parts: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Herbivores have longer small intestine, carnivores have shorter small intestine, and meat get digested easily. Large intestine, it is wider than small intestine, hence the name. नाम की तो छोड़ो. Small intestine in human is 6 meter long, and large intestine is 1.5 to 1.8 meter long, and it is 4 to 6 centimeter in diameter. I'm talking about large intestine. Okay, so it also has three parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. Appendix, it is now vestigial organ, and it is a part of large intestine. Rectum is the last chamber that store fecal matter temporarily. Anus is the end point to our alimentary canal. I repeat that alimentary canal is 9 meter long. Okay, and now all the digestive gland comes. Salivary gland is released from salivary amylase, and gastric glands are HCl, pepsin, and mucus. Liver release bile juice. Intestinal glands are release intestinal juices. Pancreas release pancreatic juices. So I will also tell you in detail, like salivary gland release salivary amylase, and it converts starch into maltose. Gastric glands release gastric juices, which are pepsin, renin, and lipase. Pepsin convert protein, and renin convert milk, and lipase convert into lipase. Renin is found in that small babies. Okay, and mucus is also same as lipase only, so don't worry. Liver is above the stomach, and it releases bile juice, and it help to emulsify fat droplets. And pancreas behind the stomach release pancreatic juices, which are amylase. Listen carefully. Salivary amylase is different, and pancreatic amylase is different, so don't get confused in it. And same as gastric juice, gastric lipase is different, which is released from stomach, and this pancreatic lipase is different, which is released from pancreas. Okay, so amylase is released by pancreas, and lipase, trypsin, and trypsin is released by pancreas, and they convert carbohydrate, fat, and proteins. Intestinal glands release repsin, maltase, lactase, sucrase, lipase. Repsin breaks down protein into amino acid. Maltase break down in maltose into 2 molecules of glucose. Lactase breaks lactose into glucose and galactose. Sucrase and lipase breaks sucrose into glucose and fructose. Now, step of nutrition in human being. First is ingestion. It happens in human mouth. Second, digestion. It takes first in mouth. We cut the food in small pieces through the help of teeth. Then salivary gland, as I told you, produces saliva. It is a watery liquid, which we in Hindi we call as thook. The wetted food can be swallowed more easily. The human saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase, which digests the starch present in food into sugar. Sugar means here not the chini. Sugar here means the glucose. Then esophagus carried food to stomach. How does this happen? The walls of the food pipe start contraction and expansion movement. This process is known as peristaltic movement. It helps in the movement of digested food, known as bolus, in the stomach. Digestion in stomach. The gastric juices contain 3 substances: hydrochloric acid, HCl, enzyme pepsin, and mucus. HCl makes the medium acidic, so that enzyme pepsin can digest properly. HCl also helps in the activation of enzyme pepsin. Okay, so it kills bacteria present in the food. Then protein digestion in stomach. In acidic medium, enzyme pepsin is activated, and it helps in the digestion of proteins. Mucus help to protect the stomach wall from its own secretion of HCl. Sometimes the stomach secrete HCl more, due to which acidity occurs. So that's why we say that we use the basic thing to reduce the effect of acid. Then Digestion in small intestine. The small intestine receives the secretion of two glands. Liver. First, liver secrete bile. It is greenish yellow liquid made in liver, but it is stored in gallbladder. Bile is actually very alkaline, yani basic, and contains salts which help emulsify or break the fats present in the food. Function of bile: makes the acidic food alkaline so that pancreatic bile enzyme can act on it. Also break the fats present in the food into small globules. Digestion in small intestine. Large gland which lies parallel to and beneath the stomach. Pancreatic juices are pancreatic amylase, as I told you, breaks down the starch, trypsin, proteins, lipase to fats. Digestion. The walls of small intestine contain glands which secrete intestinal juices. The intestinal juices contain a number of enzymes which complete the digestion of carbohydrate to glucose, protein to amino acid, fats to fatty acid, and glycerol. This one I'm not that used to on this, so sometimes it happens. Don't worry. Now, absorption. Small intestine is villi for it, and small intestine is the main region for the absorption of digested food. The villi are richly supplied with blood vessels which take the absorbed food to each and every cell of the body, where it is utilized for obtaining energy. Assimilation. The blood carries digested and dissolved food to all the parts of the body, where it becomes assimilated as a part of the cell. Addition, same as excretion. Unabsorbed food is sent to large intestine, where its wall absorbs more water from this material, due to which undigested part become almost solid. The final exit of this waste material is regulated by the anal sphincter. So I want to tell you the dimension or size of some our organ. Esophagus, or you can say food pipe, is 25 centimeter long. Small intestine in humans is 6 meter long, 2.5 to 3.5 in diameter. Pancreas is 12 to 15 centimeter long. Large intestine, I also told you earlier, to 1.5 to 1.8 meter long, 4 to 6 centimeter in diameter. Intestinal glands are small intestinal gland. Small intestine, it releases intestinal juices, and it have number of enzymes which are pepsin, maltase, lactose, sucrase, and lipase. Then I want to tell you one more thing, that pancreas release large gland. Pancreas is a large gland. It releases pancreatic amylase which breaks starch, trypsin which break protein, lipase which digests fats. Then liver secrete bile which is stored in gallbladder. Bile emulsify the large droplets of fat. It is basic and it contains salts. Okay. Then gastric glands are HCl, pepsin, mucus, renin, and lipase. HCl create acidic medium. Pepsin digests protein. Mucus protect lining of stomach from HCl. Renin and lipase active only in infants. Please remember, renin and lipase. Renin and lipase are only active in infants, means छोटे बच्चे, baby. Renin digests protein in infants and lipase digests milk and lipase. Okay. Then I told you that small intestine is the longest part of alimentary canal. It is the main site of digestion. Stomach is the storehouse of food. Small intestine have three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Large intestine, cecum, colon, and rectum. Okay, then alimentary canal is 9 meter long. And what is anabolism? Breakdown of simple substance to complex. Then what is catabolism? Breakdown of complex to simple substance. This much in the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and comment, and don't forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon with it. Thank you.